You know, I recorded and I uploaded it. So you already have it available right here. Give me just a minute.
Yeah, we have received the notification, emails notification.
That is right. Good evening, Salomon.
Good evening,
Good evening.
everyone.
Good evening, Salmon.
So here it is. This is yesterday's session. It's already there. It's in YouTube. You can watch it if you need to. And I would like to start this class by asking you a question. Did you do the homework?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Good, good. Salomon, did you do the homework or not?
Eh, no, no,
Okay.
I don't. I don't know that we have a homework. What is the homework?
Yes, yesterday I told you to read about the simple present and the present continuous.
Oh, yes, 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 yes. I forget it. Oh,
Okay, don't worry. It's okay.
sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Arlene, did you do it or you didn't? Arlene?
Sorry, con costo existo hoy.
Okay. No problem. So people, we're going to start. No problem. Let's start with Adolfo. Adolfo, tell us a little bit about the homework. What did you find out and what you can say about it?
Okay, simple present is used to talk about activities or that usually we do. It's usually you use simple present with times adverbs.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
always, every day, usually, often, sometimes, rarely, hardly ever, never. There are some exceptions. Times adverbs going behind, or no, going in front of the verb or
Okay.
before the verb
Okay.
when you used to be.
Okay.
That's what I read about simple present.
Okay. And the present continuous, did you read anything about it?
Yeah, the present continuous is used to talk about something that is happening in the moment that we are talking. For example, we are starting right now.
Okay.
Besides, we used to talk about something that is happening in the context and the country context, for example, but not necessarily we are talking about that is happening right now.
Okay. Okay. That's very accurate information. Actually, we're going to begin, and I want to start with some questions I have for you. Not necessarily question. This is actually an activity. I would like you to take some 3 to 4 minutes to think about it. It includes the following questions. The first question is, what are you currently doing at work that is consuming more than 15% of your office hours? That is the first question. My second question is, what normally happens at work that keeps you motivated at it? Poverty, it's not included, okay? You cannot say, because I'm poor, I'm working, okay? That doesn't count. So you have to think of things that keep you motivated at work, okay? No bills, no education of children, no nothing of that. Think about something related to your intrinsic or extrinsic motivation. And my last question has to do, what are you doing to improve your working conditions? Okay, so I'm going to give you the next 3 to 4 minutes. Think about it. organize your ideas, and I would like you to briefly make a presentation about this. 3 to 4 minutes. It's something very simple, nothing formal. Just think about it, and then we listen to each of you. 3 questions.
Okay.
Okay, so I just gave you 3 minutes for these. Let's start with Salomon. You have 3 questions to answer. So can you start, please? Can you be the first one?
Okay. Uh, for the first question, what are you currently doing at the work that's consuming more than the 15 of your office hours? Uh, Currently, I am creating 3D model of Bain, interpreting and reviewing all information of the mind for have uh, a model of Bain more near to the reality. Um, the second, what normally happens at the work that keeps you motivated at it? Uh, I think it's the emotion for discover some new gold deposit in the subsoil. And what are you doing to improve your working condition? The best example, I think, is this. Uh, my English class, and the other is my auto study of the new software that we can use for for exploration in the subsoil. And that's
Okay, good. Arlene, can you tell us?
Okay. What are you currently doing at work that is consuming more than 50 of your office? Okay. The activity must. Okay. I have to read every day different laws. So that's the activity that must consume my hours. For example, between yesterday and today, I had to read about the load for electrical activity, finding the fiscal benefit that this kind of company has, and make a summary. So the activity is reading, teacher, reading loads.
And that consumes most of your time.
It does consume. Oh, yes, a lot.
Okay.
Sometimes the middle of the day is too much time. I have to read a lot. What normally happens at work that keeps you motivated? Well, I might motivate my I don't know, for my job. What happens? When I finish some deadline in time, well, I always finish my activities in time, but when I finish a big project that is too much worry for me and it's heavy and consume a lot of time, when I finish, I feel como más libre,
Okay, I
free.
feel free.
I feel free. Yes. What are you
Okay.
doing? Your working conditions.
To improve your working conditions.
Well, I need to delegate more work.
Okay.
To prepare my team in order to delegate more assignation. And I dedicate my time in finding new clients because I need to find for every year. I need to find 1, 2, or 3 clients or more.
Okay. Are you working on that? Are you working towards that goal?
Well, I try with my current clients. I try to give the option, or the purpose is to find the necessity of the client. So my work is, or my strategy is to find the weakness and offer another service. So when the people from my team make a work, I say not only if I say make a square, not only a square. You have to find the opportunity to do new business. The weakness of the client, and our purpose is to say, okay, you had this problem, I will help you to solve it, but it's ta 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 ta.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Arlene. And in your case, Adolfo, what can you tell us?
Okay. About the first one, what are you currently doing at work that is consuming more than 55% of your office hours? Well, currently I'm reading and writing a lot of emails daily about different topics. For example, right now we are developing a valuation of all the assets of the company, and I'm receiving like 40 emails just for that topic. So it's really really tired to be reading and writing. The second one, what normally happens at work that keeps you motivated at it? Well, normally I feel motivated to learn new topics, and when I feel challenged, beside company has different KPI to get, so that are really motivated.
Okay, that it's
Motivating. Okay. The number 3, what are you doing to improve your working conditions? Well, to improve my working conditions, I am studying English to be prepared when a new labor opportunity arises.
Okay, okay. So let me ask you a question, and this is for everyone. Do you notice the difference between each of these questions? Salomon, do you notice the difference in these questions? Do you notice the differences?
Uh, uh, The difference, yeah, I think the first one is how we are spend our time, I think, and the
Okay.
two is uh, and I think it's about our skills, and the
Okay.
three maybe could be the last skill soft. I think it's like a soft skills. Like yesterday we talked.
Okay. Okay.
I think.
Okay. So today we're going to have a little bit of grammar. Today we're going to focus on this part of the grammar related to. I'm going to turn off my camera, and we're going to talk about the advanced uses. Okay, advanced use of the simple and progressive present. Okay, present progressive, sorry, present simple and simple present, it's the same, okay? So advanced use of present simple and progressive. So when we talk about the simple present, we are talking about the grammar tense. This is the grammar tense we use for. What are the uses I give to the simple present? What do you know about it, Darlene? What is the first use you give to the simple present? Tell me. Darlene?
Sorry, conmigo. Sorry, sorry,
Yes,
sorry.
yes.
Tell me.
Tell me, what is the use of simple present?
What is the use?
Mm-hmm.
Co- ¿Cuándo lo usamos?
Yes, that is actually my question.
Okay, is the simple present is used to describe when action is happening right now. Something like that.
Okay, nope,
No.
no, definitely not. Adolfo, what is the use of the simple present?
The simple present, we used to talk about things that usually happens. I mean, uh, like uh, like daily things.
That is totally right. So the first thing you're going to use your present simple for, it is to talk about routines. That is the first thing. Whenever something it's part of your daily activities, you may refer to it in the simple present. Okay, an example for these is when I say she studies English every day. That is an example. Or when I use, as Adolfo said, when I use frequency adverbs. For example, Salomon rarely skips work. What is the frequency adverb? Rarely. Rarely, it's an adverb that tells you how frequent or how often something happens. Okay? And let me remind you of this. I'm going to put it here. Note, simple present uses frequency adverbs. These are rarely, always, sometimes, never, seldom, often. Let me think of another one. Never, no, never, but never. Often, sometimes, frequently, etc. All of these are frequency adverbs. The position Oh, and okay, I put it there. The position of these adverbs is the closest to the verb. For example, you have Salomon rarely skips work. Why are they close to the verb? Because these are adverbs. Adverbs are going to come right behind the verb. Okay? An example of these might be Adolfo often checks on his team compliance. Arling never complains of her workload, or always complains of her workload, or rarely complains of her workload. These adverbs or these words come before the verb because they talk about how often something happens. That is the first one. Okay? So we talk about routines. The second thing you use it to talk about descriptions. Okay? So the simple present does not only include actions or action verbs, but also include the verb to be. Verb to be, it's used to talk about nationalities, adjectives or descriptions. This includes age, material, etc. Okay. Also, you're going to find that a simple present or verb to be talks about the location of things. An example of this might be right now. No, sorry, not right now. But you can say the office is in Nehapa. Another one, this wall is wooden. This wall is wooden. Esta pared es de madera. Okay? So I use the simple present form to talk about descriptions and also about states. Somebody might be, he is angry at the moment. He is busy at the time at this moment, or he is upset with the decision they made. Okay, so this is a second use I give to simple present. I talk about routines, I talk about descriptions. Another one that I'm going to find is that a simple present talks about habits. Okay, so whenever the simple present, or let me put it like this, simple present, it's used to talk about habitual situations. People in my office work very hard. Okay, and in here, I want to make another statement, and I want to move on to the fourth one. You use simple present to talk about generalizations. For example, and this is now the advanced use of the simple present. Whenever, whenever you want to point at situations, states, or actions that people generally do, you use simple present. That includes, or let me put it here, a simple present. This includes a, oh, well, it's already there. It talks about actions. For example, people get frustrated whenever they can finish their job. That is an example of a generalization. Okay? Questions up there? Questions up there? This is the first description or the first explanation for a advanced use of the simple present. We use the simple present to talk about habits, routines, descriptions, but also I use simple present for generalization. This is a very demanding job. You're describing or you're making a generalization. Most people find this job tedious. Most people want this position. You're making a generalization, and since you're making it a true fact or factual information, you express it in the simple present. Okay? Questions up here? Questions, Salomon, Adolfo, Arlene, questions here?
Right now, no.
Okay, no questions there. Arlene, questions?
No questions.
No questions? Salomon,
Question,
questions?
teacher. No.
No questions. Okay, good. So you use it for generalizations. Another one, you're going to use the simple present for future unchanged situations. Okay, what is this? Whenever you are going to, or whenever you refer to something of the future that it's part of habitual situations, you must use the simple present. What is the definition or what is the example here? Monday, we have the meeting with the VP. Okay, we have the meeting with the vice president. Next Monday, we present the results of our the results of our market research. We have a meeting with the VP. Next Monday, we present the results of our market research. So the explanation here is that if it implies something that happens unchangeably, you are going to use the simple present. Okay? Questions up here? Okay, no questions? Good. So these are then the 5 uses or the 5 elements you need to consider whenever you're talking about the simple present. Now, let's talk about the practical use. So yesterday I mentioned to you guys that we are going to be working on career paths. Now I ask you this question and I want you to think about it for a minute. What are the moments in which you may use the simple present to talk about your job? Think about it for a minute. What are the moments in which you can use the simple present to talk about your job? Or in work-related situations. What are the work-related situations that will ask you for the simple present? Okay. Some people. People.
Hello, teacher. Your communication
What do you say?
was, yes, I think.
My question was, think of these. We are talking about career paths. We're talking about working environment or work environment, as you want to call it. In what moment on any process of work-related events are you going to use the simple present? I want you to focus on your professional life. When are you going to use the simple present? Tell me. Tell me.
Okay, in my case, okay, sorry.
Go ahead, tell me. I'm listening on the phone. Tell me.
Okay. In my case, maybe the number 5 about future unchanged situation, especially when we have to some activities or some deadlines, monthly deadlines. For example, the next Monday we have to present a sales report, something like that. And maybe routines. Usually, sorry.
Don't worry.
Usually, in some routines, and since we get to the office, we daily, well, for example, I drink daily or a cup of coffee, and I usually or every day I read my emails.
Okay.
What else? Habits.
Okay.
Well, habits. I think that every day I take the same route or the same way to the job. I don't know what else.
Okay. Yes, you can use it like that. But I want you to focus on your career. Let's say you're going to go, you are applying for a position, any position. What do you think it's a moment in which during this process of selection, you will use your present simple?
When you are describing what you do or your activities, responsibilities,
Okay.
you must to use it to describe
Okay.
all the job or the activity jobs that that we develop or I developed in a job.
Okay, good. Definitely, the idea here, guys, it's I want you to connect with a job interview. I want you to focus and I want you to visualize a job interview. When you come to a job interview, what is the first question they ask you?
What do you know about our enterprise?
Sorry, what was that, Salomon?
The first question in an interview could be, what do you know about our enterprise?
Okay, what do you know about our enterprise, or what do you know about our company? Good. What is another question? Arlene, what is the first question they ask you?
The about what? Sorry, teacher.
In a job interview, what is the first question they ask you?
Some of the most popular question is, why are you decided to quit your job? Well, is the case when you quit a job and you are looking for a, or why are you applying for this? What do you, why are you applying for this position? What do you think you will it's como Let me think. Ay, se me fue la idea. Como, ¿qué vas a aportar a esta posición? ¿Qué nuevo vas a hacer?
Okay, good. So I'm going to make it simpler, people. When you go to a job interview, the first question they ask you that requires you to use the simple present is, tell me about yourself. That is the number one question you get whenever you go to a job interview. And this is exactly the moment when you are using the simple present. Why are you using the simple present in the job interview? In this particular job interview question, because you're describing yourself. Okay, so the simple present here serves the purpose of a description of who you are. Now, what is the common? Obviously, we're going to have a class for these. I just want to introduce the grammatical aspect. So when we get to the part in which we practice the interview, you know what grammar tense you're going to use. But I want you to picture this. When you're talking about yourself, what is the answers that you give? Well, you're given a description. Who you are, what you do, where you come from in the sense, not the nationality, but the experience you have and how long this has been going on. That's why you're using the simple present. You're talking about routines, you're talking about generalizations, and you can talk about future unchanged situations, mostly when you have not quit your job just yet. That it's a moment in which you use the simple present. Another example, tell me about another example, a question given during job interviews. Okay, tell me about the responsibilities you have at your current job. What are you doing there? You're describing. What do descriptions need or what do descriptions require? The ability of you have to use the simple present. Okay, in my current job, I am responsible for, I have X number of people under my supervision. We design, we develop, we present, we organize, we visit, we explore, etc. All of these words are presented in the simple present. Questions up there, people? Questions up there? I'm sorry, this part it's a little bit it's a little lectured, un poquito como una ponencia, but I want you to connect with it. Questions up here?
No, only a comment related to my last interview was in Deloitte.
Yes.
They didn't ask me about what for my well, they didn't ask me, describe yourself. What do you like? No, nothing. They told me, they asked me for my technical abilities, for how can I manage the position and other things, but all the thing was related the position, never about me. I don't know why.
Okay, but what about the position? Did you have to describe it or not?
Yes, it's what the position was, tax senior. But when you describe some people ask about the personal or make a personal question, I said no, not always.
But remember that the simple present, it's not necessarily for personal situations. Let me give you an example. They ask you about the description of the job, or they
Yes.
ask you why you want this job. Those are questions that require you to answer with the simple present. Why are you interested in this position? Well, at the moment, and here comes the combination, right? At the moment, I am doing X and Y. and I am interested, or I have always felt interested in doing X and Y. This company or your company works, or your company does, and then you align it with your expertise, because that's the most important thing. That type of interview, sorry, that they passed, that you passed, it's what we call, and it's the one that we're going to be working with. It's a behavioral type of job interview. We're going to study, okay, and that's the type of interview. Uh, Fortune 500 companies ask, and they are becoming more and more and more common. Um, Organizations like the United Nations use this pattern of job interviews. Important companies and transnationals ask these sort of questions or these sort of interviews. That's why you need to know about these grammar structures. So any question? Arlene, I think you were going to say something.
Yes, we can use simple present to describe schedule.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Yes, you can use it. Remember, you can use it for habits, routines, and you can use it to talk about descriptions.
For deadlines.
Exactly. This is to turning X day or Y day, etc.
Okay.
Okay, any question or any comment? No comments, no questions?
No questions, no comments.
Okay, good. Now let's move on to the next one. In this one, it's the present continuous or present progressive. I'm sorry, this part of the class, it's a little lectured, but the idea here is that I want you to be completely clear of this, because I want to connect it with the communicative part. And I want you to be completely clear, and I want this knowledge to be solid. Okay, let's talk about the present continuous. What is the present continuous? The present continuous, people, it's number one, it's used for actions that are happening at the moment, or these are ongoing situations. What happens here? Whenever you're talking about projects, action plans, etc., you will have to use the present continuous because they are ongoing. They are ongoing. Examples for this, and again, I wanna focus on the more work-oriented aspect of language. So a common question for this job interviews, it's what is one of your weaknesses? How do you respond to that question? Adolfo, how do you respond to that question? What are your weaknesses?
Actually, one of my weakness is the English. I don't talk. My level English is not advanced or native English person, so that's my weakness.
Okay, okay. Arlene, how do you respond to that?
What am I witness? This is the question. Related what?
I don't know. In a job interview, they ask you a question. What is your weakness?
In a job interview.
In a job interview.
I am a perfectionist people, perfectionist person.
No, that it's not real. That it's not true. Well, I'm going to explain it in a minute. Okay, thank you. Salomon, what do you respond to a question? I'm going to tell you why that it's not an appropriate answer. I'm going to let you know.
Okay, as Adolfo say, maybe it could be the English, and the other witness could be the public speaking.
Okay, public speaking. Good. Let me tell you something. The new trends in human resources are focused on what people are doing, to solve the issue. If not, you're bringing the issue with you to the company that you are applying for. So, for example, I want to take the English part. So, what is your weakness, or what is your greatest weakness? And you have to connect it to the past, but you have to bring it to the present continuous, because you need to demonstrate that you are someone who has initiative. Okay, I have already this figured out, so I am doing this to fix it. An example might be 2 years ago, and you have to, and this is for a behavioral type of job interviews, you have to connect it with your personal experience. Everything in behavioral job interviews must be connected with your previous experience. So 2 years ago, while I was working for, I don't know, Uno Petrol, I found out that English or public speaking was one of my weaknesses. Then I made the decision that I was going to devote 2 hours of my time per week to learn new vocabulary. Then I found a teacher, and then I started private lessons. I'm giving an example, right? At the moment, I am working on public speaking aspects, such as this, and that, which enhance or which improve the possibilities of my communication within a company. If you bluntly, acerca dice el defecto, it is only that you're bringing it with you to you're bringing it with you to the company. Y es uno de los, let me say this in Spanish, es una de las situaciones que las nuevas tendencias en Human Resources están hablando, ¿no? Y enfocan la iniciativa que debe de tener el candidato, que debe demostrar el candidato para situaciones complicadas. No es el defecto lo importante es la solución que se da para la condición que yo tengo. Let me tell you something. Most people at most levels or at any level have difficulties with communication in English, either written or oral. So what should they do? Okay, they take English lessons or they take English classes, whatever. But when they bring it to the job interview, the most important thing they can do is to approach this situation from the solution perspective. Questions or comments here? Questions or comments?
So I understand that when we talk about our weakness, we had to give the solution at the same time of how you are improve this weakness. That's the in summary that you said, teacher.
Sorry, repeat it, please.
Okay. I understand that when we had an interview and we have to talk about our weakness. We have to talk, but we had to give a solution how we are improving this weakness.
Exactly, that is the focus.
Not only the weakness.
Exactly.
And how you are working on that.
Now, something important here. we're going to have lessons about this type of interview, okay? Vamos a tener lecciones de este tema. But
Yes, because I had many years without went to the interview.
yes, the idea is that it's to refresh or touch upon
Soy
this.
oxidada.
Now, something important, you said, I am a perfectionist. That it's not an appropriate answer, mostly in behavioral type of job interview. Because it's not well seen. This is that sounds more of a propaganda.
No, but it's a weakness, teacher, because when you had a problem with this type of
Uh-huh.
weakness, you review and review and review, and you spend a lot of time doing something, and maybe
Oh,
you
okay.
can give time to another
But
to
here,
another. See, exactly. So
okay.
it's a problem. No, it's a propaganda. It's a problem.
Now you say something important. It's not about being perfectionist. It's about time management.
Exactly. Uh-huh.
So instead of saying I am a perfectionist is something a probable answer. Okay, I'm not saying this is the only way to answer, but you may say something I noticed in a project 2 years ago. I was the head of the project, and I noticed that one of my main concerns were deadlines. So I spent a lot of time, or I devoted a lot of time checking on the deadlines, and probably I lost focus a couple of times from the project, thinking of the deadline and not necessarily focusing on the project itself. However, I must say that ever since I recognized this, I am working on this aspect by creating, I don't know, and then you can connect it to technological connoisseur, for example, or technological knowledge. Okay, I create alerts on my phone. I schedule using this app, or I don't know, you name it. Okay, so the focus must be and must move from the problem to the solution. Okay, any question or any comment here?
When I had a interview, we will to practice.
Yes, in fact, this class will consider that part. We're going to have job interviews and stuff. Okay, so whenever you're talking about projects, action plans, you will use the present continuous. Example for these, I am preparing an outline for Monday's presentation. Another thing that happens very often, the present continuous uses expressions such as at the moment, currently, now, right now. Let me think of another. As of now, etc. Okay, those are phrases that you're going to most commonly find whenever you're using the present continuous. So when you see these phrases, you know you are going to use the present continuous. At the moment, I'm working on personal aspects. Another one, right now, I am studying. Currently, I am doing, etc. Okay, so that is the use. Now, number two thing related to the present continuous, it's that you use it to talk about the future you are completely sure of. Okay, the present continuous, it's used to talk about the future when it is 100% sure. Okay. Okay, so whenever you're completely sure of something, you are going to use the present continuous. Okay, this includes future plans, flights, etc. Next week we are having a test. Next week I'm visiting a client to offer my new service. In 3 weeks or September 14th, I am going out of town. I am going on vacations. This demonstrates then that the present continuous it's used to talk about future plans. Okay, and the last one it is that you use the present continuous to talk about any situation that goes out of the ordinary. Normally, this will be a comparison between what happens regularly and what is happening at the moment. Okay, what happens regularly, this is the simple present. And what is happening at the moment, it's the present continuous. Okay, an example of this might be, I normally finish classes at 11, but tomorrow I'm finishing at 3. Another example, normally our boss visits us every 3 months, but this year he is visiting us every 3 weeks. Okay, so something goes out of the ordinary, you use the present continuous. Questions and comments?
No questions, teacher.
No questions, people? Is that clear? Salomon, questions up here? I ask you because it calls my attention when people don't have questions about this, but it's okay. It's okay. Questions or comments?
No, for me, no question, teachers.
And let me use one more. Something
Okay.
here. Use the present continuous to refer to bothering situations that happen all the time. An example of this is my boss, my boss, yes, it's bothersome, sorry. Make a mistake here.
Teacher,
Yes,
when we use present continuous, we always use ing.
sorry. If we always use ing, yes, of course.
Okay.
Because here comes the structure. That is something
I don't remember. I started this in many years ago.
really, really. Well, let me give you the structure. In affirmative, this is subject plus the verb to be plus the verb in ing plus the complement. In negative, this is subject, a verb to be plus not.
You know, this part is really important, but I don't like, but I have to put my focus there.
Okay. With the verb ing plus the complement. And finally, the question is a verb to be plus the subject plus the verb in ing form plus the complement. Okay, are you studying English? Where are you where are you learning English, or how are you doing today, etc. Now, and let me put here WH question words. Whenever you are going to do questions, information questions, when, where, which, who, what, how, etc., you're going to put them first, and the rest of the structure of the question remains the same. How are you doing with the project? What is your boss's what is your boss planning to do for Christmas? I don't know, whatever. That is the structure. Okay, so let me just go backwards. Number 4, use the present continuous to talk about bothersome situations that happened all the time. For example, my boss is always asking me to bring new clients. My clients are always asking me for discounts. My financial reports are always having missing pieces of information because the team never turns in information on time. The drilling sectors are always giving us trouble because of the rain. So whenever you have situations that are bothersome, you are going to use the present continuous. Okay,
Teacher, question.
go ahead.
Bothersome, what exactly means? What does
Uh,
bothersome means?
when something is annoying, when something is bothering you, when something it's uncomfortable for you, it's bothersome, incómodo.
Okay, okay.
Okay. And let me think of, and I just remember one more. Use. I'm sorry, guys, I am speaking to you, and I'm trying to keep this because you have this material here in the classroom, but there are things that I want to talk about with you. This is the last one. Use the present continuous to talk about temporary situations. The interim president of the company is traveling to fix some issues in the new branch. That it's something that it's temporary situation. He's currently working in the proposal. That means that it's not always that he or she's doing that, but at the moment they are doing these things. Okay, so questions or comments here? If
It's
there
clear.
Okay, if there are questions, I'm gonna share this on in the classroom. And let me put it right here, because this is very important information. Okay, so you can access it there from here. Okay, if there are no questions, people, it's time to get to work, and we are going to work. You have 2 activities here. These are long enough, but I would like you to work on the following. Wait a minute. It's not this one. I want you to work in this one because I just explained this, and I would like you to work on this one precisely. Okay, I want you to go, I'll repeat, I want you to go to this one, simple present versus present continuous, and you're going to go to page 4. Okay, on page 4, you have this email. I would like you to check what it's right, what it's wrong, and then we're going to check it all together. Okay, let's take some 10 minutes approximately. We check it, and then I'm going to assign a speaking thing. Okay, let's get to it. Remember, it's this one, page 4.
Which simple present versus this? Which of these? Okay, okay, thank you.
Finish. Finish, class.
Finish.
Okay. Salomon, Arlene, finish. Hello.
A couple minutes, please. Please.
Okay, okay. Finish. Let's take 2 minutes and we're done.
No,
8
yes.
Okay, finish. Arlene, finish.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so in this exercise, very, very simple. You were going to choose what should be the correct conjugation of the sentences. So let's start. The first one, it's given. I'm having a great time here in Canada. You know that it is present continuous because it's something that it's not steady. If you live in Canada, you would say, I have a great time living here in Canada. That'll be the difference. Okay, let's see, Salomon, let's do number 2.
Number 2, my master course doesn't start until next month. I chose the doesn't like the correct alternative.
Okay, what do you have in that one, Adolfo?
And the same, doesn't start.
Okay, this is doesn't start. The verb start, it's never conjugated in the progressive form. We're going to study this, don't worry, but keep this in mind. El verbo start no se conjuga nunca en presente progresivo, ¿ok? Porque un verbo que le llamamos de estado, ¿ok? Es decir, una vez que se comienza, una vez se comenzó nada más. Los arranques ocurren una sola vez. That's why they are expressed in the simple present. My course doesn't start until next month. Number 3, Adolfo.
Okay. At the beginning of September, so I'm making use of the time to get to know the place.
Yes, definitely. Definitely. I'm making use of the time because it's a plan you're expressing. Number 4, Arlene.
Yes, teacher.
Number 4.
What is number 4? Let me see. 1 second. Sorry, que estoy trabajando al mismo tiempo.
Okay, okay.
Number 4. Number 4 is I staying near Vancouver.
Okay.
No, I am staying near Vancouver with Brian, my Canadian cousin.
That
He
is
has
right.
a brother, Lion, art on a software business.
Which one? Are owning or own?
Our own.
Uh-uh. No.
Owning.
No. It's own. Own, it's again a verb of state. When you have something, you have it and that's it. That's why you don't say, I am having a pair of jeans right now. You don't say that.
But I say our home own a
No.
software business.
Own, only. Own,
Own.
own. So
Okay.
he and his brother Liam own a software business. ¿Por qué it's own y no owning? Porque own es un verbo similar al start. You have it. Y lo que implica es un estado de propiedad en este caso. They own. El verbo own nunca va en ing. Okay, keep that in mind. Number 6. Adolfo.
In the evenings, we drive into the city and go clubbing or see a movie.
That is right, because you are giving a particular moment in which something happens in the evening. Good. Number 7, Salomon.
Number 7, I am making a lot of new friends.
That is totally true. I am making a lot of new friends. Next one, Arlene, number 8.
Number 8. I am making a lot of new friends.
8.
8. Sorry. I am. Ay, que la tiene muy chiquita, profe. Hágala más grande. No, ok. Sorry, que estoy ciega.
Don't worry. No, you're totally right. It was too small.
Okay. I am thinking my pronunciation is much better already.
Okay. I am thinking.
No, I think. I think my pronunciation is much better already. Think.
Okay. Okay. Here is, let me just double check because I'm not convinced in this one. Just 1 second. Yes. I am thinking.
So the correct answer of the 8
No, I
is
think. The
I'm
correct
thinking.
answer is I think. I think my pronunciation. Because when you can use in ing when you are analyzing something. Ustedes pueden decir thinking cuando implica análisis, pero cuando implica directamente el pensar algo, no puede ir en ing, puede ir solamente en presente simple. This is tomorrow's topic, ¿ok? Mañana vamos a estudiar esta parte de verbos estativos.
Y es como un afirmativo.
I think. Sorry.
Es una afirmación la que está haciendo en la número 8.
En la número 8, pero no, esa es la razón por la cual no puedes usarlo en presente progresivo. Lo que pasa es lo siguiente, los verbos los verbos pueden ser categorizados de acuerdo a la manera en que los puedo conjugar. Uno dice, el verbo puede ir en forma indicativa cuando no la conjugo con nada. Es decir, el verbo simple, ¿no? To go, to study, to live, to believe. Ese es indicativo. Pero luego los verbos van a ir en progresivo, que es el ing, en pasado, cuando van con ed o cambian la forma desde la base, y luego se salta a la forma pasado participio, que son otra vez los verbos que terminan en ed o los que cambian su forma base. Un ejemplo es take, el pasado simple es took, pero el pasado participio es taken. Ahora, los verbos también se caracterizan o se catalogan, perdón, más que caracterizar, se catalogan de acuerdo a que si estos verbos los puedo poner en ing o no los puedo poner en ing. El caso del verbo think, similar al verbo start y similar al verbo own, no lo puedo poner en ing a menos que lo que implique el thinking sea que yo estoy analizando una situación. Le puedo dar un ejemplo. I am thinking of buying a new car. Estoy pensando comprar un carro. Pero ¿qué implica esa frase? Que estoy analizando, ¿no? I'm making numbers, I am checking the different cars I may buy, etc. Pero si es el verbo en su forma o en su significado simple, pensar per se, yo digo, I think my pronunciation is much better already. No estoy analizando, solamente pienso. I think this is a good place. That is the difference, okay? Esto lo vamos a estudiar mañana. Esto que le estoy diciendo de estativos y no estativos. Es un poco simple, pero hay que revisarlo. Okay, number 9. Salomón, what do you have in number 9?
Number 9, I understand almost everything.
Exactly. Again, the verb understand, it's a verb that never goes in ing. I am understanding, no es posible decirlo, okay? Next one, Arlene, number 10.
Number 10, okay. I am helping Liam.
Yes, that it's totally right. I am helping Liam because it's something that you can do or you always do. Number 11, Adolfo.
At the moment, he works on their new website.
At the moment, he works. No, because you have you have at the moment. Y el verbo work, vos puedes decir estoy trabajando o trabajo. He's working. At the moment, he's working on their new website. Number 12, Arlene, number 12.
Teacher, this is the last because I have to work. Tengo una llamada ahorita.
Okay, go ahead.
Teacher,
He needs help with it.
Okay, he needs help. That it's totally right. Salomon, you were going to say something.
yeah, for the number 10, you say I'm helping.
I'm helping Liam, yes. Porque vos podés estar ayudando a alguien o ayudas a alguien todo el tiempo. Puede ser parte de tu rutina o something out of the ordinary. Number 13, Salomón.
Okay, I'm learning some useful stuff about how people. Yep.
How people, do number 14.
Okay, are doing business in this country.
Okay, that is correct because that it's, no, sorry, this is do. It's do because it's something that people do. It is not on the go, it's not on the process, but it is the custom, es la costumbre, es la rutina, how people do business in this country. Okay, number 15, Adolfo.
Are you coming to see me?
Okay, that is right. Are you coming to see me? 16, Adolfo, do 16, please.
I'm spending the winter holiday skiing with Ryan and Liam.
That is right. 17 and 18, Salomon.
Let me correct the number. 16 and 17. They are waiting to meet you, and there's plenty of space.
Oh, okay. They want. You cannot be wanting. No estás queriendo. You want something. Okay.
Okay, they want.
They want. And 18.
In the number 15, did you say, do you come?
Are you coming to see me? Porque es un plan. ¿Tenés el plan de venirme a ver? ¿Venís a verme? Vendrás a verme. That's what it means.
Okay. Yep. Okay, the number 18. It's great, really cold here in the winter.
Sorry, repeat it.
It gets.
Okay. You must. It gets really cold here in the winter. That it's true. Number 19. Let me know as soon as you decide. That's 19. And tell me what you are doing these days.
Yeah,
Okay. See you in December.
you do these days.
No, you're doing. Tell me what you're
You are
doing
doing.
these days. Not what you do,
Oh,
because if
okay,
you say
but
what
the
you do,
number
it's gonna be true.
19, but 19
And
is decide. You
yes, you
decided.
decide. Exactly. Okay,
Okay.
people. So I know it's time. If you have questions, let me stop here and let me stop the recording. If you have questions, please text me